Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back another video from 6, and today we're checking out Sasuke versus Neji, the real winner. We're just going to get straight into this. I am pretty much on the Sasuke side of this, but I am very open to be convinced otherwise.
For this, I'll really only be looking at part 1 of the series, since Neji is barely relevant during
I mean, part 2, Neji doesn't stand a chance anyway, so... Okay.
Death in war. This is a matchup most people agree would have been really cool to see, especially due to all the parallels between Sasuke and Neji, who both use dojutsu and are lauded as geniuses in their generation.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Two of the most prominent clans in the Elite Village. It's a real shame we never got to see this fight go down within the series, but I hope this will explain
would have been sick. Would have been sick.
I'll primarily be using information from the manga, data books, and fan books to sort this out, but I'll also be including some from anime materials like the anime profile guides, as they include a lot of useful information about this part of the series. For this video, I'll start at the very beginning of the series, and we'll work our way down to the final valley during the Sasuke retreat, just to see how this fight would go. But before we get into it,
so I think at the beginning then, Neji's got this from the start, but as it goes on, in the end, Sasuke's got it, I think.
Let's get started with pre-exam Sasuke versus pre-exam Neji.
I think Neji's got this from the beginning.
Sasuke was very talented compared to his other contemporaries.
Yeah, but...
During his debut, his identity as one of the last surviving members of the formerly strongest clan in the Elite Village, the Uchiha clan, is the first thing told to us about Sasuke, and this has even set high expectations with Kakashi. Sasuke then was skilled enough to press Kakashi and force him to put away his book, unlike Naruto and Sakura, who were easily dealt with, while Sasuke had the senses to hang back and observe how Kakashi fought. Sasuke then goes on to hone these skills, along with others related to chakra control, taught to him by Kakashi during Team 7's first mission to the Land of Waves. Sasuke doesn't do too much during this arc, but he does have a few impressive showings.
I was going to say, that was very impressive for, like, you know, the level they're meant to be.
Which goes to show, while Sasuke held the rank of a Genin, he was far beyond this level in true power. He also went on to press Haku alongside Naruto early during their encounter. However, it's heavily implied that Haku held back during this part of the fight, so ultimately, this doesn't mean much as far as strength, but it should still speak to his skill as a shinobi. Sasuke also displayed many advanced skills for a Genin at this point, with Kakashi even being astonished by not only his intelligence and skill,
fire style and all that,
but also his capabilities with fire style. At this point, Sasuke was already very skilled in the use of many powerful fire style techniques, which is uncharacteristic of a Genin. He is very adept in the use of fireball jutsu, which he mastered at a young age, and when he used it during the bell test, it was powerful enough to make a crater in the ground.
Boom.
Sasuke can also use smaller skill techniques like Phoenix Flower Jutsu, where he can shoot numerous smaller fireballs that he can even conceal with weapons like shuriken, or the Dragon Flame Jutsu, which can travel up instruments like wires after Sasuke uses them to restrain the target. Sasuke, like other members of the Uchiha clan, had also learned the Sharingan by this point, albeit it wasn't fully matured yet like Kakashi's or Itachi's, so you couldn't yet use its basic abilities to the same degree as the first data book even implies. However, the Sharingan still grants Sasuke the basic ability to analyze and copy any technique in front of him,
like instantaneously. It's so sick.
Jutsu or taijutsu, while also enhancing the speed he moves at. Also, despite how skilled Sasuke already was at this stage, his fighting style still had its weaknesses. As Kakashi says and demonstrates during the bell test, Sasuke's usage of ninjutsu leaves him open and vulnerable to sneak attacks, mainly due to his inexperience as a shinobi. So even at later stages, Sasuke has to be careful if he resorts to his fire style. The Sharingan, while a useful tool, also has its downsides, which were highlighted in the next arc, when Sasuke went up against Rock Lee, which brings us to our next subject, how Sasuke compared to other Genin like Lee at this specific point. Moving on to the Chunin exams,
because Rock Lee saw Neji as a bit of a rival at the time, didn't he?
Sakura implies he may be stronger than ever before with his Sharingan. However, that didn't help him one bit against Rock Lee.
No, not at all.
Lee, without even
absolute beast,
off or using any of the gates, easily takes the upper hand against Sasuke and starts beating him up. And would have done him incredibly dirty if Guy hadn't arrived earlier and prevented Lee from using the hidden lotus. While Sasuke's Sharingan allowed him to see and copy Lee's moves, he still wasn't fast enough to move
to actually do it. Like,
as Lee himself noted. And then this encounter highlights one of the Sharingan's biggest weaknesses, that while its user may to analyze something with it, if they aren't fast enough to move,
Then they can't keep up with
the
it.
Sharingan is of literally no help.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything at all. Yeah.
Well, to how this version of Sasuke would perform in a fight against Neji, which brings us to our next point of how strong Neji is. Like Sasuke, Neji was a prodigious member of a highly talented clan, and while his upbringing may not have been as tragic or as lonely as Sasuke's, he was just as motivated to become as strong as he could.
Yeah, to beat the whole like family way that it worked.
Even if he didn't realize it yet. Neji was acknowledged early on as being one of the strongest genin of a Leaf Village, going into the Chunin exams with multiple anime guides and Lee himself even expressing clear inferiority to Neji at multiple points in this stage. So it'd be pretty fair to say Neji would have beaten Sasuke pretty easily at this point, since he should be far superior
Yeah,
to Lady
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like as it goes on, though, Sasuke,
However, Neji does still have his limits at
becomes
this stage
like
when
the
it comes to
victor.
speed specifically. Lee is implied to exceed Neji in how fast he can move and attack based on Guy's statements, their literal teacher, as well as the volume extra.
Yeah, he would know.
Lee had completely unrivaled speed among the Genin anyway. And he would presumably grow even faster when using the 8 gates, which are stated to drastically increase the speed and strength of the user. Interestingly enough, it's heavily implied within the manga that when opening the 5th gate, Lee becomes fast enough to defeat Neji, with Guy citing this as the key to beating Neji, and the anniversary guide regarding the Hidden Lotus as having speed that surpasses Neji's Gentle Fist. While the official Viz omits any specific mention of Neji, the English fan translation and the actual Japanese manga do, which means the Viz is a mistranslation here. However, you can still interpret Guy's statement as being about defeating Neji. However, while Lee moves and attacks faster than Neji without his weights, based on the nature of the statements, he should still be able to keep up with him until he uses the 5th gate. Neji is also incredibly skilled for a genin, and even early on he was capable of using most of his clan's famous techniques. One reason for Neji's skill and the cornerstone of his entire fighting style was the Byakugan, with the great 3 ocular powers like the Sharingan and Rinnegan. With his Byakugan, Neji can see across vast distances.
He can see a hell of a lot going on in that, and the 360 degree,
can even see through solid objects and obstructions,
which is very cool.
The perceptive abilities of the Byakugan even go beyond that of the Sharingan, at least according to Kakashi, allowing the user to see an enemy's chakra network, which makes the Hero clan's signature move possible, the Gentle Fist. With the Gentle Fist, Neji and other users of the style aim to defeat their opponents through using the chakra-laced palm strikes to direct attacks at the enemy's chakra networks and vital organs. And this is so effective that he can completely bypass an enemy's durability, because like Kakashi notes, it is completely impossible to strengthen your own organs. So if Neji puts his hands on Sasuke, it doesn't matter how tanky Sasuke is, how much
he's still not going to be able to use his chakra on that.
He's getting roughed
up.
Neji can also apply the Gentle Fist in more creative ways, with more advanced techniques like the Heavenly Rotation, where he uses the Gentle Fist and the chakra emitted from his body to spin, creating a defensive barrier that applies the principles of the Gentle Fist to deflect almost any attack. He also notes during his fight with Kidomaru that when using this, he can emit chakra from his entire body as well as his palms. This technique is also so advanced that Neji's uncle, Hiyashi, the literal head of the Yuga clan, believes that his mastery in it at such a young age was enough to say that he had completely surpassed the main branch of the clan.
That's mental. That's such a mad statement. And from that person as well.
Ability is the 8 trigrams palms, which allows him to target an enemy's chakra points, shutting down their chakra network and causing them to collapse after being rendered completely unable to use any techniques. This certainly would be a way for Neji to beat Sasuke. However, like Naruto, who forced his chakra points open through using Kurama's chakra, Sasuke also has an answer to this, which brings us back to Sasuke's progression and his newest ability that he acquired shortly after the start of the Chunin exams, the Curse Seal of Habit.
Of course.
After being given the Curse Seal of Habit by Orochimaru during the Forest of Death, Sasuke awakened a frightening new power. After being granted with terrifying strength and allowing his chakra to run wild, according to the fan books in Dosu, Sasuke made quick work of and completely outclassed and scared away Dosu and Zaku, who easily handled weighted Lee shortly before this. While this alone would show the curse mark even back then took Sasuke to a greater level of power than when he lost the lead, there are other implications that relate directly to Neji. In fact, Neji was planning on fighting the Sound Genin himself to avenge Lee before sensing Sasuke's dark presence and declaring he wouldn't need to get involved. After watching what Sasuke did to them, he was astonished, saying he never knew the Uchiha clan were so strong. So while it's not concrete either way, Sasuke's ability to impress Neji at this stage says a lot.
Yeah, like it's a big step up from what they were doing when it.
Sasuke after it wears off, it still provides a huge boost in his chakra when in use based on the examples I just cited, and Dosu even noting as much. Which means while Neji probably could and would defeat Sasuke at this stage even quicker than Lee did, Sasuke can come back with his curse mark, then the result becomes a lot less clear. But what we can say is if he doesn't defeat Neji with a few attacks, Neji would probably outlast him, and then Sasuke would just be on the floor again.
Yeah.
However, this all changes once we get towards the end of the Chunin exams. After going and training with Kakashi for a month,
Oh yeah, I guess the Chidori and that.
Sasuke returns much stronger than before with a few new tricks up his sleeve and a much cooler outfit. Sasuke,
he's got the drip.
Late, is in by almost every guide, with the enemy profiles referring to Sasuke as the strongest of the league from the beginning anyway. And here's in noting he displays much more skill than his peers in the areas of ninjutsu and taijutsu. This alone would be enough for some people to say Sasuke would defeat Neji. However, we get even more from this fight with Gaara. A few important factors going into that fight that a lot of people either like to get twisted or disregard was the brief relationship between Sasuke and Gaara as opponents. Gaara was spooked after setting eyes on Sasuke.
Yeah, he was.
Tamari and Kankuro noting that they've never seen Gaara this worried before, and the second data book using this to say Sasuke was Gaara's strongest opponent yet. This also happens to be the main point of contention when it comes to Sasuke versus Lee and the other participants in the exam, whether or not it's talking about literal raw power or overall strength and speed. And there's not a lot to suggest the latter. For one, Gaara was stronger during his fight with Sasuke than he was against Rock Lee, and this is due to the fact that Gaara and his sand grow stronger anytime he kills people or takes in blood, according to Gaara himself.
Oh, right, okay.
And watch my channel. You should already know this is consistent with information we know about Shinobi growing stronger from fighting as well as training.
Yeah, of course they do.
Cast Sasuke's performance against Gaara in an even better light than Lee's. Sasuke also got progressively faster, even in base as the fight continued, starting out around the level of base Lee with his weights according to the guide, and then moving faster and being compared to weight
Excuse me.
before continuing to move even faster than Lee, which Lee remarks that Sasuke has truly gained a high-speed body like his, which implies that he should be faster than Neji, at least when he's using the Chidori, because that's what Lee is referring to. Once he works his way up to these speeds, it's important to note that if his showing against Gaara are of any use, he starts off much slower than this, and until he reaches his max speed, Neji wouldn't have literally any problems keeping up with Sasuke. However, this is where Sasuke's abilities comes in. Sasuke possesses the Sharingan on top of this, which Lee even notes further enhances his speed when used, and he even
adds to his stats.
He wouldn't be able to evade the attacks like Gaara's sand that Sasuke can, and this allows Sasuke to spring into a direct assault, unlike Lee. Additionally, Sasuke also mastered a new technique,
the Chidori,
which focuses on condensing lightning-style chakra into the user's hand in order to create a fast head-on stabbing attack, typically used for assassinations, which is why it's typically regarded by shinobi like my guy as being similarly dangerous to the 8 gates. The Chidori also greatly enhances Sasuke's speed.
but he can only use it so many times. Like, it was like three was the max.
Injured Gaara to the point where he resorted to transforming into Shikaku. The technique should also be capable of dealing with Neji's rotation, similarly to how Naruto did with the Kunai, especially since it overpowered Gaara's sand, which has been directly compared to Neji's rotation as a defense. So, since Sasuke approaches and reaches Lee's level of speed and base, then exceeds it with the Sharingan and Chidori, while it's still possible for Neji to win, it'd be a lot harder to argue he does, and there's absolutely nothing he can do to stop a Chidori from Sasuke.
No.
This brings us to the next and last part of the video, how it will go down at the end of part 1.
Oh god, Sasuke got this completely.
Again, and spoiler, things don't get any better for Neji.
Yeah.
After leaving the village with the Sound 4 and undergoing the stabilization of his curse seal, Sasuke gains even greater strength, and while a lot of people like to throw around a lot of vague statements that don't go anywhere concerning Drunk Lee, say Kimimaro or Gaara, we still have enough to tell us how badly Neji would lose if confronted Sasuke at the Final Valley instead of Naruto. For one, we're not told anything about Neji's progression between the end of the exams at this point, so it's not really clear if he grew significantly stronger.
Nowhere near what like Sasuke was at.
He would have most likely lost to a weaker Sasuke with his Chidori and Sharingan. His fight with Kidomaru isn't of any help either, since while Kidomaru fought him in a range and he still pressed and overwhelmed and nearly killed Neji in Curse Mark 2 after discovering his blind spot, so this still speaks to Neji's overall capabilities as a fighter. While Sasuke lost to Sakan and Yukon before leaving the village, they are stated to be the stronger members of the Sound Four alongside Tayuya, whereas Jirobo and Kidomaru are considered the weakest members by Tayuya, Kabuto, and Orochimaru. The Sound Four are also incredibly weak compared to Jonin like Kakashi, even as a unit, with Kidomaru himself admitting as much before they all needed Curse Mark 2 to high diff two weaker Jonin who were exhausted and just returned to the village from a mission. Upon completing the stabilization of his curse seal, Sasuke was compared to Kimimaro, who is said to be and portrayed as leagues above the rest of the Sound Four.
Kimimaro would have been something else, man, to have seen actually like what would happen if he didn't have the disease.
After he stopped toying around and fully developed his Sharingan, Sasuke was fast and strong enough to effortlessly pummel KM0 Naruto. His Sharingan also became much more developed here and capable,
I guess the third, like,
now able
ding.
to effortlessly predict the movements of his opponents. He even says he can now conserve chakra and line up his attacks based on where the enemy will appear, and became so much stronger that he initially mistook the boost for the curse mark. This has some pretty serious implications, since the second data book confirms that Naruto was the strongest he had ever been after releasing Kurama's chakra against Sasuke in the Final Valley, saying he'd unleashed his ultimate or utmost strength so far. Well, this would not only imply Sasuke without the curse mark at this stage would be superior to the Naruto that fought on par with and defeated Neji, but also the KM0 Naruto, who was implied to be stronger than Kakashi and Zabuza in sheer power and waves, and stronger than Haku, who was superior to both of them. This means Sasuke would reach these Jonin levels even without the curse seal, and should be able to easily defeat Neji, who has struggled with or lost to several weaker opponents. And this is consistent as well, considering Sasuke after this fight goes on to scare Kabuto just by flaring up his chakra, and Kabuto is noted as Kakashi level. Sasuke obviously also
Kabuto was known to, like, even at that time, wait to like scoff at.
Especially the second stage, even weaker curse seals like the ones bestowed upon the Sound Four can grant the user 10 times as much strength and chakra than before when the second stage is used. However, it should be noted this transformation doesn't last too long and heavily drains the user to the point where it can kill them if it's overused. However, Sasuke wouldn't even need it in this fight, as I already said before. If he uses it, Neji immediately loses. There's no hope for him here. Sasuke's techniques also get much stronger in this form, like the Black Chidori, which was powerful enough to match Naruto's Vermilion Rasengan, which was enhanced heavily by Kurama's chakra. And he gains two large hand-like appendages, which he can use as wings to fly or shield himself from attacks. Sasuke in this form was also much stronger than before, implying he'd exceeded KM1 Naruto or One-Tailed Naruto, remarking he'd become more special than even him, before easily deflecting his track with a wing, and then going on to clash evenly with Naruto in one of the most iconic panels of the entire series, which was described as the manga and dialogues as being the ultimate or largest scale battle between Genin at the time. It's also important to note that while the fight ended in a clash, it has always been characterized as a Sasuke W due to the fact that Naruto lost consciousness.
And Sasuke stood up and walked away. Yeah.
And as Naruto says himself during the reunion, he was completely at Sasuke's mercy. So once we start talking about anything after the Chunin exams, there's just no hope for Neji to beat any form of Sasuke, let alone Curse Mark 2 Sasuke that defeated KM1 Naruto in the Final Valley. But that's it for this video. Obviously, if you liked it.
Sick video. Like I said, I'm glad I was right. It doesn't happen often.
Let me know why you think Neji can beat Curse Mark 2 Sasuke. But
Neji from the beginning had it, and then as it went on, Sasuke grew, and then, yeah, so I totally agree with that. I am on board. And, yeah, nothing really much else to say on that, other than I hope the 6 still keeps up with the uploads. And thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, a link in the description of the Patreon page. $1 a month / support channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know that you watch us in future videos. I'll see you guys. Bye.